Hello Eagle Nation, and welcome to this episode of Season 9 of W-EPS The Beak. I'm Wyatt Paul. Every day, EPS students report to school and put their best effort into what is given to them. Often, parents don't realize exactly what they're doing in school, and that is the reason for student-led conferences. These conferences at EPS have been around for a while, but recently, students have made the switch to digital portfolios. Social studies teacher Brandon Callahan and business teacher Amy Selting, who both played a role, explain the purpose of the switch as well as the benefits.
Saves paper, and also it helps us hit our technology standards. I said in the last answer, but it does save paper, and also it you guys will eventually do portfolios in college, and I'm gonna tell you they'll do them on a digital platform. So this will give you a head start or a leg up on people who hadn't done one that way before.
Well, a lot of it had to do with the Technology Act that Nebraska implemented. So we knew we had to incorporate more technology. We also just thought it was a great way for students to learn how to use Google Sites, since it's something we already have, and then would also help us meet technology standards. The benefits are definitely not having papers being used all the time, the printer constantly going, but then also the idea that it's all electronic and we can have it there. You can have previous years, you can just grow upon it, and then it will be there for the students until they graduate. And then they can also transfer ownership to their own account, and if someday they want to go back and look at their work, they can certainly do that.
Both teachers have been assisting with digital portfolios since last year when the switch occurred.
I run the digital classroom or like the digital portfolio Google Classroom, and I also kind of introduce it to each of the classes.
My main role is just to help the students in any way they need help using the Google Sites. It's pretty user-friendly, so most of them have already got it mastered, and Mr. C has done a lot and a wonderful job with all of that. So I just kind of help the students with that. I guess the other side would just be reviewing to make sure they have everything in it that our school district requires.
According to the teachers, a digital portfolio checklist was put in place to keep the kids on track.
Okay, so the digital portfolio Google Classroom is supposed to help with that. We also have the digital portfolio checklist that is attached to every student's name on Google Classroom, and each study hall teacher needs or is supposed to go through and check according to the checklist if their stuff is done on time, if each student's stuff is done on time, by just simply logging into Google Classroom and clicking through the link and then checking each student and whether or not they have what's on the checklist. That is intended to make us be on the same page. That's the intention.
So when we first started this, we created a checklist, and then we put due dates along with that checklist. Then Mr. C created a Google Classroom and added all of the teachers and all of the students to that Google Classroom. And then within that classroom, they have the checklist, and then they also would attach their Google site to it, so we can just easily go in, look at their Google site. They can go in, they can see that checklist, which was really just adapted from what we had done before. I think a lot of teachers had already been using checklists, so.
Callahan and Selting explained that no additional equipment was required for the transition to the new format.
Nope. Everything that we do, or everything that we use for digital portfolios, was essentially already here. We already had the basic level, already had Chromebooks / laptops. We already had access to Google Sites. Really, there is not much else that we needed as far as software or equipment.
No, we already had Google Sites as part of our Google Workspace, so They really didn't. The only other thing the kids do is scan documents that might not be electronic. So a lot of times we do allow them to use their phone just to do that little part of it. But then a lot of things we're using already, like Google Classroom, JMC, Canvas, can just be connected, and it's really easy to just create that link on their Google site. So no, there was really no need for additional equipment to be purchased.
Both feel that the students have transitioned well.
I think most are doing fine. I think that a lot of people take pride in what they do on their digital portfolio. Some people do a stellar job. Some people struggle with it. They prefer the older paper version, just for whatever reason. But really, the digital portfolio, as far as like a transition goes, helps out teachers a lot. Helps us keep stuff organized a lot better, and everything is just in one spot. So I think that a lot of people are handling it pretty well.
I think the kids have transitioned well into the digital portfolios because it's really easy to manipulate the Google Sites. There was a learning curve with Google Sites, but I also think the junior high students have really adapted well and are getting very creative with it. And then it's also fun to go back and see the growth they've had from their freshman to sophomore year or their sophomore to junior year. So I think once we have continued to do this a few years, everybody will enjoy going back and looking at what they had put in their previous years.
The students at EPS had many mixed reactions when they first heard about the switch to digital portfolios.
At first, I was quite confused because I didn't know how that was going to turn out.
Well, considering that I came here in 6th grade, I really didn't know what portfolios were. And so the first couple years of junior high, I did paper ones. And then when we transitioned to digital, I'm pretty good with text, so it wasn't that hard.
I thought it was going to be hard just because we've done paper for like our whole life, but it turns out that it wasn't.
I thought that it was kind of nice because it was all there and we didn't have to hold on to all these papers.
Yeah, I'd much rather do it on the computers than the papers. It makes it a lot easier.
My thoughts were that it was something new and, we could try it out.
Yeah, I didn't really care. I was just like, okay, I didn't see a problem with it.
They also feel that there are many benefits to using digital portfolios.
Less trees being killed, and I remember when we had our book portfolios, our paper ones, a lot of people have lost them prior to presenting them, so you can't really lose the digital ones.
I think the benefits are that we obviously use less paper and it's easier to contain. I mean, it's all on your computer, so you don't have a big binder anymore.
Yeah, I just think about the same. We don't have a big binder anymore that we're carrying around. We just need our computer to show it with our parents. And teachers can look at it easier.
Yeah, we don't have to hold on to all these papers, and it's just all there on our computers. So.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a lot easier when it's all on computers.
I think you would not waste as much paper using digital portfolios, and it's easy access.
Yeah, I think it's just easier overall, and you don't have to worry about losing your assignments and stuff because it's all on there.
While there are many benefits, the students also feel that there are many challenges as well.
I think the most challenging part is having teachers come up to me to check my portfolio when they can just look at Classroom.
I think the most challenging part is just getting paper copies onto it and it looking good and you being able to read the papers.
I also think the same thing. I think it's more difficult to take a picture of your work and put it on to the computer.
Probably uploading everything because it's kind of hard to see the file to put it in there.
Yeah, I'd say getting all your links in there and all your test scores and stuff like that.
The most challenging part would probably be getting all the assignments and stuff in through a certain time point.
I'd say just having to take pictures of your stuff and make sure you can still see it in your digital one.
The students had various responses when it came to their favorite part of their portfolio.
Probably the About Me page because I have a bunch of pictures of me and my friends on there.
I'd say my favorite part is just the pictures I have like of my friends on there, and I like to make mine aesthetic, so mine are all like pastel colors for themes.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I love things to be like cute and organized, so I always build collages or put pictures of like my friends and family.
Yeah, she does.
Probably like my All About Me because like it's not all about school and it's like things I like to do.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I can show who my friends are and what I want to do with my goals and stuff like that.
My favorite part of my portfolio would probably be showing showing my parents like all my friends and my activities and stuff.
My favorite part would be being able to like customize it and make it your own.
Thank you, Mr. C, Mrs. Selting, and EPS students for taking the time to sit down and visit with us about your experience. And thank you for joining us for this episode of The Beak. Be sure to check out our newsletter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram at W-EPS The Beak. On air, in print, in the know.